Hi guys, welcome to our unofficial Oscar nomination for Colorist 2022. Today, in Frenchie color grading, we're gonna celebrate the work and talent of our fellow colorists. I reunited with my committee on Instagram and asked them which movie they think the grading is stunning for 2022. There have been numerous answers and I had to just take the information and put it out for you. But today, we have some nominees. If you want to participate to the committee next time, just follow me on Instagram at Frenchie_CT. So now, let's announce our nominees. The Batman, David Cole. Everything Everywhere All at Once, Alex Bickel. Bullet Train, Dave Hussey. Glass Onion, Philip Beckner and John Rocke. 3000 Years of Longing, Eric Whipp. So first of all, guys, I'm very excited to do this review with you because it's all movies that I actually really appreciate in terms of grading. Most of you actually asked me for the Batman, so we're gonna start with the Batman. Why also I'm making this video, it's because it's very important for you guys to just analyze footage and image. It's very good for your eyes and for you to recognize what kind of subtleties colorists are putting in their image, so then you have more facilities to recreate this look and understand this look. So we're gonna start with the Batman. The Batman has a real aesthetic to itself. It's very dark, but like all the faces and characters are well lit. So the cinematography is stunning and the color grading is coming to support the cinematography. This is, I really love this grade because it plays with the darkness. So if you see on the waveform, for example, for this frame, right, we are just at 384, which is like pretty dark actually for grade. For example, for my job, I'm a commercial colorist, so I grade mostly commercials. For my grade, I have like to go until like maybe like the minimum would be 896 for commercials because it needs to be very bright. Here we have everything contained to 384, which is quite impressive because we still see the face of Robert Pattinson and nothing is really crushed. That's why I really enjoy in this frame. What also like really impressed me with David Cole is his ability to put the green in very subtle ways. So this one is very greenish, but if I go to other footage, if you see, this frame has actually still some green inside. I don't really talk about the fire. Yeah, of course, you know, like yellow, there's green, you know, in the yellow color, but we still keep some green in the shadows. Here you can see here, which is really good for me, for my eyes, very nice, because we are still like having a red line between this frame to this frame, which makes my eyes feeling that everything is matching. So when we go to this frame, we can see that like there's still like some green element that come back that would like be more about the background. This is very cool. Yeah, this feels very blue, but like you can still find, you know, some touch of green, you know, in the image, which makes everything goes well together. This is what I really appreciate. So, Everything Everywhere All at Once for Alex Bickel. He gave us a grade that is really like tapping into my guilty pleasure. Why? It's because all the scenes that are inside the reality, like our current reality, already is a grade that I really appreciate. It's a very strong split tone of the toe that you can notice. So when there's a strong split tone of the toe, it's making this shadows a bit more like cyan and green, and a dark cyan and green, which I really appreciate. So you can really see here actually her hair become a bit more greenish, green side, blue side. And I really love that like the saturation is pushed, you know. You can see on the graph that like we have so many colors that is going on. Over here is the same, and if you want like the green in the shadows, like the green and cyan is way more obvious in this frame. You can really feel on her hair that actually we are in the cyan realm for the darks, which is, I love it. And what I really appreciate in this frame is all the reds are dark, which brings a bit more density to the frame. It's very lovely. And why also I really love his grade for this movie is because he had to switch between a few film stocks to just represent the alternate realities in this movie. So for example, like I took this one because it feels really old school Hong Kongese TV or something like that, like TV or movie. So here like you have the shadows that are muted. I mean they are crushed, and they put a tint of magenta inside the shadows, which make this effect makes it very old. So you lose all the details in the black. But I mean, you lose all the details in the black. This is it's just like it's at the limit. So it's still in the legal side. Which is quite impressive actually. This frame, it's very saturated, it's very lovely. And after you have another film stock that I really appreciate, which is more promised feel. Why I say that is because if you can see in the graph, all the shadows, like I mean the lift is raised. So all the dark parts are raised, so you have like details in the blacks, and the shadows are a bit more magenta-ish. If you see, I mean, if you compare to what we were watching at the beginning of like the reality scenes, we were having like hair that were a bit more cyan and blue. Here it's a bit more reddish. You can really feel it here because it turns to brownish. It's a very interesting look, very, very good. Of course, the wardrobe and art is changing, but the color is lighter from, for example, the first frame we've seen. Here the colors are darker, which makes more density, and here the colors are lighter, which makes it a bit more faded and brings this dreamy look, which is very good. Well done on this. I'm sorry because my camera cut in the middle of the recording, and I just realized like when I finished to shoot everything. We're gonna do it again. Bullet Train by Dave Hussey. What is very interesting with Bullet Train is the fact that everything is made to look like a comic book. I mean, the color is very saturated. I really appreciate this. But even if it's really saturated, everything is separated neatly. If you see, the skin tone is staying in the realm and very distinct from the background. You can find like the color of the seas. The color of the train is different, the color of the guy is different, you know, like everything is separate. It's very lovely for the eyes. You can really see on this example too. And this one, so very, very great grade. I loved how it was taught. So amazing. Very, very good recommendation from the committee this year. After for Glass Onion, this grade like didn't really leave me indifferent because I really love sharp images. Why? It's because I'm starting, maybe it's because of my work, I'm a commercial colorist, so every time you have someone in the camera, you have to smoothen the skin. So maybe I'm a bit sick of it, but I really love and appreciate when there's like some grades that push the texture on the skin. So if you see, there's so much texture happening here. And also this frame reminds me the opening of the movie Vengeance. You should watch this movie, it's quite fun. The opening like has so much texture and contrast that like I was never indifferent from this opening. It has been like in my references for grading for a long time. I really appreciate this grade. It's pretty beautiful actually, very saturated, a lot of separation too, and the texture, man, the texture is the best. The last one is the one that required, I think, the most work from all the 4 I presented you. This one has been, I think, for the colorist and the team, a nightmare of details. I saw the breakdown on Whipp's Instagram. It's amazing how detailed these guys are. For this frame, you know, like the cinematography was very a strong choice, a very bold choice. But they kept it like that, and they made it really their own actually. Even if like your highlights are clipped, them as colorists could make it a bit smoother. You know, you can see with the softness and the highlightation, and make it, you know, like believable in the frame, which I really appreciate, you know, in terms of work. It's a lot of work actually. I love also this frame because this frame is only a stone, right? But when you see the breakdown, there's so many layers of this stone. They had to sky replace, they had like to reflect on the ocean, plus like they had to lit in DaVinci Resolve not in DaVinci Resolve, it was in Best Light, sorry, the stone. So that was a tremendous work just like for a stone. Amazing. And this frame, I also saw the breakdown for this one, and it's quite stunning because you can't feel that there was so much work done on this frame. But normally it's daytime, and Tilda Swinton had to be separated from the background to keep the skin tone well, and the background becomes bluish. I just find, you know, like the attention to detail like so pushed that you don't find that it's actually everything has been made in color grading. You really think that actually it was shot like that, which is very impressive for me, because you don't feel it in the movie. Like you don't even notice, you know, that like the grading is like this or like that. So yeah, amazing work. Very, very well done. For us guys, that's all. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe we can vote for which color you love the most in between these 5. Maybe we can like do it during the Oscar night. That would be actually pretty fun. I see you for another video next week. And yeah, take care and have a good rest. And train your eyes, this is very important. See you!